أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله.
I'm sure you guys all realize that the video was about the Hajj. Now, the reason I brought this up is because the Hajj is a huge point in diversity for Islam. Many people see this as something all Muslims do, but that is not the case at all. This is further proven by Sophia Rose Arjana in Pilgrimage in Islam. Arjana states, the Hajj is an optional journey for many Muslims around the world. Shia Muslims often substitute Arba'in for Hajj. This is not to say the Hajj is not important. After all, it is one of the 5 pillars of Islam. Instead, this states that some branches of Islam just focus on other things. Furthermore, just in case you do not know what an Arba'in is, here's a quick video.
Monday, November the 21st, marks the culmination of one of the most important religious festivals in the Shia Muslim calendar. More than 20 million pilgrims have made the journey to the holy city of Karbala to mark Arba'in, the anniversary of the martyrdom of Imam Hussein, the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad. Pilgrims, many on foot, have made their way to the holy shrine to pay their respects. Some beat their heads and chests with their hands as a sign of grief. Arba'in, which means 40, marks the end of the 4-week mourning period linked to the 7th century death of Imam Hussein. Shia Muslims have commonly been targets of hardline Sunni insurgents during the Arba'in period. Security is tight.
Hopefully that video gives you great insight on Arba'in. Now let's focus on the branches of Islam. As you see in this picture provided, there are 3 specific branches of Islam today. Each branch provides their own values and specifically a little information in the picture. So the Sunni is the majority of Muslims, with roughly 80 to 90% of the Muslim population being from that branch. Shia presents like the roughly 9%, but of the population, I'd say, or is stated. And then Sufi is one of the smaller branches. And you can also see that they had the question, is it Muslim heresy? Now, in this video, we won't be talking about whether a branch is right or wrong. We're basically just stating which branch are there in Islam and what the kind of values they provide. Now, this particular graph offers a wider scale of the branches like throughout Islam's lifetime. So it shows the major 4 on top. There's still Sunni and Shia on top, but the name for Sufi is provided differently. But it's generally the yellow one on the right. Now each one has different subsections, except the pinkish one on the left, and that shows a greater diverse action that most people don't see, because not only do you have the 3 major branches that are out there, there's also multiple sub-branches that could change the way someone views Islam or follows Islam in general. Now there's also, between those sub-branches, there's also different schools that you could use to study Islam or just follow it in general. So it really provides a diverse attitude towards Islam, to which you can't just generalize and assume people will be going to the Hajj or a certain aspect when they won't even follow. Now here's a video that explains the 2 major branches of Islam in a better way.
Sunnis and Shia both practice Islam, but what's the difference? A disagreement 1400 years ago over one simple question: who would lead the Muslim community following the death of the Prophet Muhammad in 632 AD? Some believed that the Prophet Muhammad's cousin Ali was the rightful immediate heir, while others thought Abu Bakr, one of his oldest friends, was the better choice. Today, they share a lot of similar beliefs and practices, but Shia believe religious leadership must come from the Prophet Muhammad's descendants, while Sunnis don't. Of the 1.6 billion Muslims in the world, about 87 to 90% are Sunni and 10 to 13% are Shia.
So as you can see, one simple idea changed the way Islam works forever. Sunni and Shia both believe in different leaders, and now we have different branches associated with them, and then those branches have sub-branches, and in general, you could say it's becoming more diverse, which causes more problems at the same time, because the Sunnis believe the Shias are not even part of Islam, and then the Shia believe the same thing, which causes more problems based on a larger military scale, which could generally ruin the way, which has ruined the way actually people have seen Islam, which is causing major problems. But at the same time, they both follow basic Islamic beliefs, but at the same time changing them to fit their needs. So it goes to show how diverse it is, while at the same time following the same premise. Moreover, let's focus on the 5 pillars of Islam in regards to diversity. Now, you would assume the 5 pillars provide a good outlook on Islam, but it is incorrect. As Arjana states, the 5 pillars model is a woefully inadequate system for understanding the entirety of traditions practiced by so many people. Now, the 5 pillars are a great introductory tool for Islam, but it doesn't cover the whole scope of Islam. Going back to the graph of the different branches of Islam I provided, each specific branch and sub-branches may not follow the 5 pillars to its entirely. Like they might just follow 3 of them and substitute the remaining 2 with something else. For example, we already know the Shia. The Shia Islam doesn't follow the Hajj, but instead follows the Arba'in. And that just goes to show you that while they are all branches are under Islam, it doesn't necessarily mean they will follow the 5 pillars in general or just anything else that's provided in the hadiths or the Quran. They all just gather what they like or what they want to follow most, and then use that to continue the religion on and providing their own specific kind of values to it. And this isn't going to say that the 5 pillars are generally useless and they're not important, because they clearly are. They do cover most of Islam's branches do use the 5 pillars, but it's just to say that since not everyone does it, and since it's such a large religion that it's being studied, we can't just assume the 5 pillars go with every type of religion, because you could be wrong, and if that happens, it just means that Islam is more diverse than. Now, in conclusion, we've discovered that Islam is definitely more diverse than what the media or basically any other type of written thing we see has been trying to portray. And just based on the Hajj and then the 5 pillars alone, you could see that the multiple branches focus on different things that depends on what that branch or sub-branch was founded on. And we saw the example of the Sunnis and Shias founding, looking at the ways the leaders were picked to differentiate between the groups, and then from there on we could see the 5 pillars being used differently, or different pilgrimages being used, because Islam alone has over 1,000 pilgrimages, and those are scattered around through each different branch of Islam. So the way we see it, it's like diversity seems to keep on growing, which is definite proof that there is diversity in the religion.